I regret my BBL. I regret my BBL! I regret my BBL!
Let me tell you about my biggest regret as a young adult. So my biggest regret as a young adult would have to be my BBL. Okay, so if you have a BBL and you just got it, or if you're planning to get one, here are a list of things that you cannot do.
I have a little sister who got a BBL and regrets it. When I say I thought my sister was gonna die.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Cynthia here, and guys, in today's video we're going to be doing another BBL regret video. Now, one thing I must say is the level at which people are getting BBL these days has reduced, as far as I can tell from the TikTok videos that I usually see always on my feed. I no longer see those kind of videos like come with me to get a BBL. I don't know if it's just my feed, but honestly, I believe it has reduced. Not that some people are not getting it done. No, there are still people that get them done. Okay. But what I'm seeing now on my feed are people who have had this surgery done before and are coming out now to tell us why they regret their BBL, or why they decided to get the BBL, and how they even regret even getting this BBL. So without wasting too much time, let's get right into this video. Before we get right into the video, if you're not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Here I talk about things I feel like we need to talk about, okay? And yes, let's just jump right into it.
What I regret about my BBL/tummy tuck. I feel like I already talked about all of the goods, all the positives. So now let's get down and dirty and let me tell you guys what I actually regret. Now I am 6 months post-op, so I feel like I'm confident enough to share with you guys what I really regret, and it has nothing to do with surgery. What I regret is not taking care of my drain. So you know how like when you get your lipo, you have your drains, right? Like you have the cord and the actual drain, the little pocket where all the liquid falls, right? Well, I didn't take care of it properly. And mind you, when I was getting the instructions from the nurse when I was discharged, she told me, like, oh, you have to take care of it, you have to clean it, you have to take pictures daily and send it to us and everything. I was like, okay, whatever. But I feel like nobody really talks about this. Well, for me, I didn't take care of it properly. Every time I would get up, I would let it slam it on the floor. I would walk and I would let it like drag it across the floor. So what happens is that every time it would get slammed or it would get dragged, it will pull from the actual incision, making the incision bigger. It got to a point where it looked so bad that I thought for a second that it was infected. And I told my nurse and I told the girl that was helping me and everything. She was like, no, like that's normal, but just be careful. And then the girl that was doing my massages, she was like, no girl, like you gotta take care of it, like be super careful and like treat it, so handle with like care, And I can even show you, let me show you guys how my incision looks now that it's been 6 months. That's the only thing I actually regret. So this is how I look. Six months, and this is how it looks. So it's big. That's the only thing I regret, not taking care of it, because if I would have taken care of it better, properly, it would have looked so much smaller. So learn from my mistake and take care of your drain, girl. If you're planning on having surgery, make sure that that's one of your priorities, taking care of your drain.
There's so many things surrounding this surgery that just speaks like a lot to me. Who would have thought that not taking care of your drain would be another cause for concern? I mean, guys, this surgery is quite a lot.
BBL regret. is a thing. Kim got her BBL reduced, Stassi got hers reduced, and Kylie got hers reduced. This is something a lot of people are not talking about. I keep seeing so many comments from women saying they regret getting their BBLs, and now I'm one of them. I've had my BBL for almost 15 years and I've officially decided to get it reduced. And in 2 weeks, I'm flying out to Cali, Colombia, and I'm finally getting it done. Over the past 2 years, I started feeling pain, discomfort, even lower back issues. Like after 2 pregnancies and a lot of weight changes, my booty honestly has taken a mind of its own. It just keeps growing, it's dropped, and it's now starting to interfere with my daily life. Like, this isn't cosmetic anymore. It's about my health and comfort. I also don't like the over-exaggerated BBL look anymore. It makes me look so much more heavier than what I really am. Clothes don't fit right. Just so many more factors.
So she's had BBL for 15 years. So let's say this 2026. So let's say she got it done 2011, and this is how it has progressed over these past years to the point where she doesn't want it anymore. And honestly, the picture she showed, it looked like the butt was just like the only thing big in her body and the rest were like normal parts. So honestly, I understand why she wants to get it removed.
I regret my BBL. I regret my BBL. I regret my BBL. But seriously, y'all, I regret my BBL, and I'm gonna tell you why. So BBL with 360 lipo was actually the first surgery that I had. And I had my BBL with Dr. Calvin Jung. Yes, that Dr. Calvin Jung. So the reason I had this surgery was because I felt like I was shaped like a door. And I don't mean a door Delano. I am talking about like a door that you open and close. It made me so dysphoric. So I balled out and I got a BBL with Dr. Calvin Jung. Initially out of surgery, I was ecstatic. Being out of surgery and being curvy like I've never been before made me realize how much my body shape was really bothering me. But 2 years post-op, I'm gonna be real with y'all, I wish I had my old body. Like, I hate it. I hate it so much. The Lipo 360 will BBL will change 3 things. It'll change your hips, your butt, and the curvature of your mid body. So like your tummy. So let's start with the hips. Honestly, I love the hips. Like, it added a curvature to me that I love from the front. I don't feel like a door anymore, and that's great. But if we're being real, if I would have just stayed on hormones for like 3 years and maybe worked out, I would have had the same result. Now, number 2, and the part that I hate, my butt. So Dr. Calvin Jung did this thing where he really scooped out my lower back. So it made the curvature from my lower back to my butt super dramatic. On top of the fat that he added to my butt, I swear I feel like I walk around and I look like the letter D. I feel so self-conscious like walking around the office. It's to a point where I got on Ozempic and I lost 20 pounds so that things would look not as dramatic. Still, to me, I think it looks ridiculous, and my thighs are so skinny supporting my butt. The thighs do not match the butt. I'll be 100 with you. The thighs will never match the butt. Okay, now my mid-body. So I have a large rib cage to start with. After getting lipo to try to take away some of the fat to give me a more hourglass figure, and then losing 20 pounds on top of that, it has made my rib cage look so wide. Before surgery, everything honestly just looked proportional. Like, yeah, maybe I was shaped a little bit like a door, but my rib cage looked like it fit my body. Now my rib cage looks huge. The legs do not match the butt. I turn to the side, I look like the letter D. Like, I see the skinny girls with their little natural butts, and I even see pre-op pictures of myself, and I wish I had my body back. Like, I really wish I had my body. Like, being real, if I would have just sticked on hormones and worked out, I would have had my dream body. Do you really like want the 360, scooping out the butt, like doing all that? Or do you just want hips? Because if I'm being honest, looking back, I just wanted hips.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that most people that have gone to get BBLs do that to get the hips. And I know that there are workouts for hips. And I like this lady's honesty, you know. She just said it the way it is. Your thighs will never fit your butt. There are other ways you can get your dream body, just like she said. Workouts is one of them, even though a lot of people feel like that is strenuous or, you know, requires a lot of energy. And then she mentioned some things that people can take, you know, over time to build their dream bodies.
Let me tell you about my biggest regret as a young adult. So my biggest regret as a young adult would have to be my BBL. So let's talk about it. I made the rash decision at the good age of 19 to get my body done. I had been seeing a bunch of Instagram models, and I already felt like, you know, my body was shaped funny. I had a square build with big boobs, and I didn't like it. So I started saving up my money. I didn't have any responsibilities. I only had a car payment and a phone bill, so it didn't take me too long. I put my booty on a payment plan. That's how you know it was a rash decision. The first year that I had it, I was obsessed. Nobody could tell me nothing. I loved it. And guess what happened to me? I got pregnant. So I gained weight. And what they don't tell you is, when you gain weight, you could become a little disproportionate. During and after my pregnancy, my badonk grew and it wouldn't stop. It was laughable. And then after I had my son, obviously still big, it didn't go down. Everything but the booty went down. Rightfully so, I was upset. So I lost 30 pounds. I thought, okay, well, if it looked normal before, I can get it back to where it was if I just lose some weight. No, you now have stomach fat in your hips and booty. So guess what that means? It grows and acts like stomach fat. So I lost 30 pounds. And did it go down drastically? Yes. Does it look better? Yes. But it still looks funky. It is the last thing to go. I might be able to do 5, 10 more pounds, but then I'm risking losing weight in my legs and just, it's still looking disproportionate. Our bodies are not trends. Do not fall for that trap. Not just a BBL, but anything that alters you. To take a second to research, to rethink, give it 5 months, 6 months, sit on it and think, and if you still really just want to have it, maybe then go for it. Because what a lot of people don't understand is a BBL has got to be maintained, because it can go from looking real good to real off, with or without a child, if you gain weight. So now I will forever be battling with this thing. If I gain weight, if I lose weight, it doesn't matter. So all I can do right now is focus on building my legs to try to get it to match. Don't be like me. And I know you guys are probably wanting to see my panties before anybody says anything, but I have overhang. It used to just kind of be like bumpy, which it was like that before I had surgery, so it didn't bother me, but now that it kind of hangs off, I don't fuck with it. And then, yeah, it's Ant's life, because it don't match. So if you're thinking about seeing me in public and posting me to these BBLs killing y'all, I already know. You don't have to do that. I know it looks bad. I know it does.
It's so sad that it gets them to get it done before they can realize that it's better off you just leave your natural body the way it is and just work on it naturally, like without surgery, you know. The good thing is they're being sincere about this and they're talking about it, so other people that may want to get the surgery done and think they need it to survive would have a rethink.
Y'all know that lady that's on here talking about how she got her BBL removed because it stinked? Let me tell y'all something, okay? You know, me being in the strip club, me being a dancer, you know, you're around a lot of other girls. Some who just have horrible hygiene, and some, it be that motherfucking BBL, okay? Now, there was this girl that I used to work with or whatever, and she was so cool, bro. She was so nice. She's very pretty, cool. On the, like, if we say slim thick versus thick, she was more on the thicker side of things, right? But besides the point, beautiful girl, okay? Did good, okay? Now, the first time I had ever danced with her, I had been smelling something. Like, I was looking around or whatever. Like, you know, when you smell something, you're like, I know that ain't me. like, I had smelled it to the point that I went to the dressing room, right? And, like, when I worked at Allure, they used to have these showers all the way in the back where the dressing room used to be on behind the DJ booth, right? I, like, went back there and literally was like, I went to the house mom, like, hey, Miss Rosalind, it wasn't me, okay? So, like, I didn't realize, like, who it was until I actually started to become cool with this girl, because we had went on a trip together to dance out of town one time, and every time she would go in the bathroom, use the bathroom, she would, like, of course you're supposed to shut the door when you use the bathroom, but when she came out of the bathroom, she would shut the door too, and she would be like, don't go in there. So I'm always thinking the bitch blowing it up, like, taking a shit, right? So there was one of the days that we were there, I'm doing my makeup in the bathroom, and she came and she was like, I gotta go to the bathroom, whatever. So me, like, I don't know, maybe I'm different, but if my homegirl doing her makeup in the bathroom, I'll come in and I gotta pee and that's it, I'll just pee. Like, not that big of a deal. And I was like, girl, go ahead. She was like, no, like, yeah. So I'm like, damn, she must got to shit again, y'all. So I come out, she pees, and she comes out fast. Not like it didn't take her shit time. It took pee time. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't long enough for her to take a shit. It was a pee type of, okay, cool. So when she came back out or whatever, she shut the door or whatever. She was like, just wait a second to go in there, whatever. But I'm doing my makeup, okay? We're on a time crunch. So I'm like, girl, just spray some air freshener or something. I got, like, you know, I go grab my perfume. I go in there, I start spraying it. But then, like, I start calculating in my head. Oh, she, like, peed. And it didn't smell like shit. Like, it smelled like ass, but not ass. Like, ass and... I don't know how to explain it, y'all. I really don't. But I felt really bad because I don't really think that it was ever her personal hygiene. I really think it was her BBL. Some girls, their BBLs reject, okay? And so those incision holes that are around the BBL, right? It's like the stench can come from those. Even when they're shut, you know, as it's rejecting it, it's like it's still oozing out a smell. Holes closed and everything, healed up. It was still like ooze out like a smell, which I ended up looking this up because when this girl gave the story on how she got her BBL removed, I was like, oh, maybe I can speak on it or whatever because I remember being around somebody like this. But yeah. When y'all be wanting to do these surgeries and stuff, y'all need to do all y'all's research, okay? Because if your skin declines to anything, you don't know what could happen after that. But I will tell you, you know, there are some girls, I'm not saying no names, who got a little BBL smell. Okay, and I think that I don't know how you would recover that because all the perfume, all the Febreze, all the motherfucking body oils in the world do not cover it up. And I could tell you, like with this girl, when we was out in public, like the more I was around her, it was a scent. It was like a part of her body odor. You know how we all have like our individual like scents and stuff. Like it was a part of her body odor, and she would wear perfume and everything, and I could still like smell it. To the point where I'm not gonna hold you, I stopped being cool with the girl because in the dancer world you are who you hang out with, and if I'm cool with her and she want to dance with me, we in a bag. Now the niggas looking around like, which one of you? It was never me, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to be around that, so I like made it to where like I didn't want to dance next to her. She was such a cool ass bitch, she really was. And like granted, like when I cut her off, she never knows why I cut her off, but when I cut her off, she started talking shit about me anyways after the fact. But that was the reason I cut her off, because it really was a cold turkey situation, just because like I couldn't be surrounded. And then bitches ain't gonna tell you, they ain't gonna let you tell them that they stink on some friend shit. Like, hey boo, I don't know what it is, but you know, like dancers, they're not going to take it the way you think. So I didn't ever say anything. I just stopped being cool with the girl. And it would come to a point where we would be at work together. And she would walk up like, hey, G, da-da. And I would be like, hey, what's up? And I'd be like, oh, hold on 1 second. Like, I would find any way to get from around her because I didn't want her to think that she could stand around me and we work together. You know? But yeah, some girls do have BBL smells, but it's because their bodies rejected, I think it's either their incisions or the BBL procedure, like because you know you're harvesting fat, then they're putting it back in. It could be the needle that gave you an infection that they used to, you know, put it back in. It could be anything, but that's why some girls be stinking. And if you are one of the stinky BBL girls, go to the doctor. Because perfume ain't going to cover that up. You might have to really get a whole new BBL or something. Like, get everything removed. Let them clean out the incisions and everything. They might just be able to open the incisions, go an inch or two deep and clean out whatever. But, like, it's not just a like, oh, I can cover it up. No, it becomes a part of their body odor. For real. For real. I wish people spoke more on like the side effects of BBL. You know, yeah, it could be great or it could be hard as a rock. Yeah, it could be soft or it could reject and you have this smell for the rest of your life, right? Like, I need my BBL bitches to come to the front. Like, I know, like, granted, even the girl that came on here and was like, oh, yeah, I removed my BBL. First of all, I love her motherfucking accent. I could listen to her talk just because her voice is so funny. But even with her being brave enough to come on here and say, hey, I had to get this removed because it really fucked up my life. I really had this smell. There's not a lot of girls who are going to do that, especially now, you know. But I commend her on being brave enough to come up on here and tell her story. And, you know, for me, I'm going to bring light to it because I know some bitches that. But yeah.
That was a lot. That was a lot. Now, I did make a video about that woman that came out to talk about why she removed her BBL because it smelled. If you want to see the video, it's somewhere on my channel. You can find it. But yes, guys, the side effects of this surgery, to me, it outweighs the benefits because why would somebody go through all these for a big butt? She said it becomes part of their body odor when the BBL smells. Imagine you having to live with a particular stench for the rest of your life, or maybe till you get the BBL out because you want to have big butts. Or imagine your health being affected for the rest of your life because you've had BBL. Or imagine you having some kind of infection whatsoever because you had a BBL. Like, I don't know, I just feel like the side effects, the disadvantages outweighs the whatever advantage it brings.
I have a little sister who got a BBL and regrets it. When I say I thought my sister was going to die, there were so many women walking with canes. My sister just passed out. There's blood everywhere. I called the emergency room. They're like, yeah, okay. So they literally acted like next burger, next burger.
Oh my
But these are
gosh.
people's bodies. Y'all don't understand. It's one of the most risky operations that you could ever do.
You have an artery in your butt.
It's so dangerous.
And one slight nick
Oh,
to that artery. And you.
Every single spot her body was hurting, my body started to get sore.
Oof.
That whole experience was just like, for a trend?
For society. For validation. For validation.
At least wait until it's a decision for you.
It's really sad that most of these people that had these surgeries done got it because of a trend, got it because of society, got it because of validation, and at the end of the day, most of them end up not liking it. Most of them end up regretting it. Most of them end up wanting to get it removed or have a revision. And you just sit back and think, was it worth it? Was it really worth all the stress and future stress to come? Because from what I've seen in these past few years of, listening to women talk about their regrets, it's stressful. BBL is stressful. And I know some people have had it done successfully, they're enjoying it. But how many of them are actually enjoying it? Because from where I'm sitting, most of them are not enjoying it. Most of them have one or two regrets about it that they can talk about or they can't even talk about, as the case may be. Now, as always, I'll say this: beauty standard should not be how people want yours to be. You choose how you want your beauty standard to be. You embracing your natural body, loving yourself up, is your own beauty standard. And if anybody doesn't like it, I mean, the person can go and do whatever he or she wants to do. At the end of the day, trends come and go, but your body will be the way you've made it to be. And yes, guys, I've come to the end of the video. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. And yes, beautiful people, I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give the video a fat thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, consider subscribing, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.